Hello everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart84, and I thought I'd do an update on a kumquat today and its recovery. I didn't actually feature what happened to it because it was in the period leading up to my operation, and there were a few jobs I had to get done quickly, and I just didn't have time to film them and what I actually did. This one's actually been subject to a bare rooting. Basically, this had been in my summer house because I decided to leave the kumquats in there. Now this is a plant that I bought last year that I left it in its heavy muddy soil because it seemed to be doing well, but we had a short sunny spell and I didn't realise that it hadn't been watered. The whole top of the plant collapsed and died back, and I initially thought it was a root issue, and then I realised it was more likely to be the fact that it had been too dry for too long and the majority of the growth on the plant had actually died back. So I decided the only thing I could do would be to bring the plant out of the summer house, take the opportunity to leave it in a bucket, which I did to water for a few hours, and eventually managed to get all of the mud and stones and other stuff off the root system and leave me with a clean root system. And I could see that the roots looked to be in reasonably good health, but unfortunately probably about 60 or 70% of the top of the plant had died back. I had to cut off a large quantity of the upper branches, you can probably see, but there were some stems that were still green, including I left this large one, and I completely repotted it in a 5-1-1 type mix, which means the pot's about a quarter of the weight it was. Sorry, excuse the wind chimes in the background. But most importantly, I've left it out here in a shady position. I decided not to leave it. I couldn't put it back in the summer house because on hot days it just gets too hot in there for it, especially as I knew I wasn't going to be around for a week or so. And I suppose it's about maybe 3 weeks since I did its bare rooting and repotting. And the other reason for having the very open, free draining compost means I can water it a lot, but lots of air still gets to the roots. But it's really been bursting out with new growth everywhere, and all these stems down here, which it died back to, is putting out loads of new shoots everywhere here. So I'm really pleased because it should eventually get quite a nice bushy form back to it. And also, of course, because of the trauma probably, it's flowering as well. There's a few flowers on it. I'm not going to take the flowers off. It's unlikely to set any fruits towards the end of August, but if it does set a few fruits, they're only kumquats and they're very small grape-sized fruits. They don't put any real stress on the plant, and of course the root system itself is quite well established. This was the only long shoot, surprisingly, that hadn't died back. This was the sort of size that most of the shoots were on the plant, so it was a bit frustrating to lose it, or not lose it, but nearly lose it. But every shoot is putting out new growth on it, and next to it is my other kumquat that I had that I can't remember when I bought it. Maybe this is the one that I've had for a long time. I think it is actually. This hasn't done much at all, but I think I noticed one flower bud on it. Exciting, eh? And I also had this in the summer house, and this is the one that I tried to graft 2 Awari Zatzuma shoots on that came from Peter, and strangely enough, been done maybe 6 months now, and this one still looks green, and it started to shoot out and it died back, but I haven't removed it as it still looks green. And the other one, if you happen to be watching this, Peter, has got a little green growth on it. That one definitely took, but obviously that shoots in competition with the rest of the kumquat. I was just looking at this shoot here. Right, I'm going to pinch these shoots out here because these are on the same stem as the grafted variety, and I don't want anything competing with this one shoot. So I'm glad I saw those. I pulled those off, and maybe this Awari graft will take. So anyway, that was the story of my nearly died kumquat that I never actually featured when I did the bare rooting. As I said, I just didn't have time to film it, but seems to be recovering very nicely, and I'll leave it out probably until November. We'll see how it gets on. Thanks for watching the video. Please give me a thumbs up, share the video if you like, subscribe to my channel of course, and click on that bell if you want updates on new videos when they come out. I'll see you all soon. Brett out for now.